So first thing, we open the Righteous cookbook here. And it says, start the oven at 190 degrees Celsius. So, whoop, boom, oven. Wanna preheat? My grandma said that you shouldn't do the oven at the mode that is with fan. No fan. You're only gonna go up and down heating. So 190. No timer for the moment. What if you don't have a Righteous cookbook? You're gonna start writing one right now. I'm literally telling you the first recipe in your new Righteous cookbook. Pay attention. We're going to start with 7 spoons of butter. Ooh la la. How much is 7 spoons? Around 100 grams maybe? One. 7. So this is a 250 bar of butter. We just took like, I don't know, like maybe 70 to 100, depending on how full the spoons were. And now we're gonna melt it. I'm gonna just do it quickly in the microwave. It's the most easiest way. In the original recipe, it is sunflower oil. I'm gonna use, however, olive oil because I've stopped using sunflower oil. I'm not gonna be putting a coin. This is not a New Year Banitsa magic darkness. Pay attention. I'm gonna need a little bit more. Now you're gonna need a pan or a tray, I don't know how you call it in English. This thing, boom. In the tray, there is gonna be oil as well. No, I'm not gonna do push-ups, because I don't want to. So, in the tray, you're going to put 2 spoons at the bottom of oil. And you're also going to put 2 spoons in the main mix as well, with where the butter is. Actually 3. So 2 on the pan and 3 in the mix. So water oil. Damn there. But that is what the recipe calls for. Now we're gonna spread this everywhere. And since it's gonna be a little bit difficult, you're gonna use a little bit of a paper, just like on the tip. You could also use your fingers if you want, but I'm not planning to get oily. Now, mm, 300 to 400 grams Sirene, Bulgarian white cheese. See what I'm talking about here? This cow cheese, this translates. This is how many grams? 400. I'll leave a little bit for myself. Then. So pretty much you can just drop the entire block if you want. If you want it to be more cheesy. This is how Sirene looks. Just so if you haven't seen. Yeah, just throw that block there. And I'm gonna leave a little bit 70 to 100 for later for whatever else. I actually have a fork already. And you need to crush the cheese. This is a very crumbly cheese, so you can crush it very easily with a fork. Like, start discombobulating it. You need to make it to snowflakes. Make it pretty small chunks, not super small that you grind it in, but small but with a little bit of a bite, you know. This is where we are so far. Now, you need 6 eggs. You're gonna mix that together. The final ingredient, carbonated water or seltzer water. I like to call it carbonated. Now, this is the most important when it comes to the amounts. So, this is a 500 milliliter bottle. You're going to use for the entire dish a total of 1/3. However, in the mix, you're going to put 2/3 of the 1/3. And then the last 1/3 is going to be as a finisher on the top. Pay attention. Two-thirds we have added of the 1/3 in the mix. This is where we are, my good people. The mix is ready. Does it work with soda? I'm not sure if soda is exactly the same like carbonated water. It might be. Now this is dough sheets. We call them here Degrees Banitsa. Точени кури. This is a 400 gram package. And we're probably going to use the entire thing. However, this shouldn't have ended up like that. Exactly. I don't know, I'm a very big rookie when it comes to spreading these things very well. But you wanna get them fully spread. Now we start layering it. They shouldn't be falling like that, but it's because I opened them very badly. But we're gonna put four for the foundation. So I put already 2, and we're gonna add 2 more. And you're not gonna put them flat. You're going to put them like you're putting a I don't know, like you're putting your thing for sleep on the bed or something, but you don't want it flat. You want it to be in waves. See how it looks so far? When you get the first layer done, you start adding from the sauce 7 forks on average. Actually, a spoon in this case. I feel like I'm gonna add just a little bit more water because it feels a little bit thick. Just a little drizzle. And you wanna spread it everywhere, even on the edges. Like it's okay if it goes to the edges. I'm gonna put 9 for the first, and we're gonna start putting 7 after that. And then, after you're done putting those, 2 more layers of sheets on top. 1 sheet in one of the halves, 1 sheet in the second half. And you keep doing that until you end out of sheets. I'll add 8 this time, just so I have a little bit more in the middle. What is the dough made of? Probably flour. Flour, water, something, salt, and some other stuff. I don't know how to tell you this stuff in English, so. I'm kinda adding 7 to 8 spoons at the moment, on average. Just because my sauce is a little bit thicker than what it seems to me, but I really don't wanna add more water, so. Because I'm not sure if it should be thicker or not, or less thick. Because this is the second time I'm doing it. I've only seen it by eye. Depending on how I feel it tastes, I'm gonna decide for next time, but we have 2 more sheets remaining. That means that we need to pretty much put the rest right now, which we have quite a lot remaining. More than 7 for sure. So this is gonna be a juicy layer here. $12, $13, $14, $15, $16. So that means that you probably want to average out a little bit more than 7 spoons per layer. Maybe average on 8 or 9. Because I ended up with a lot on the rest. That's fine. Now, for on the top, this is when you're gonna use the 1/3 of the 2/3 of the 1/3 of the water. You're gonna cleanse your bowl with the 1/3. And that's what you're gonna put on top. So everywhere is spread, everything needs to be soaked. Now, another important part here, before we proceed to baking. You need to cut it before you bake it. My grandma cut it in diagonal, so The cutting of this definitely feels very weird, I must say. Especially considering it's so wet. But overall, you want them to be somewhat good size pieces. I don't know how it's more effective to penetrate or, yeah, I think maybe the lower angle is better. We can leave a little bit bigger pieces there, that's fine. No. You cannot put normal water. It is crucial that you put carbonated water because it makes the banitsa fluffy and nice. If you do not put carbonated water, you need to put soda. One moment. You know, soda, the spice or whatever. But the way my grandma says is the people that add soda also add sour milk. So she substituted that with carbonated water. You cannot skip on the carbonation, my good sir. So now we add it. So now we put it in the oven. Let me adjust the camera angle. When we put it for 35 minutes. Oh. And then wait. Oh, that hot air, my good sir, flew right into my eyes. Let's see here. This looks good in my opinion. However, it is not yet time to taste it. What we need to do first is throw some water on the banitsa. Can you believe it? You're gonna get some water from your sink on your fingers and you're gonna spray it a bit. And now we need to cover it. Gonna sit like that for 10 minutes. You need to, like a priest, you need to cleanse the Banitsa from its unrighteousness because it was baking in the fires of hell. Cleanse it and let it rest. Ay. This is a trick my babushka told me it needs to be done because the reason why it's water is being thrown is because you need the top to not be crusty. You need to not be crunchy. You want it to be soft. That's why water is being thrown. By the way, another small trick. Last time, I only put the towel on top of the bonnet. But my babushka said wrong. You cannot be putting only towel on top, Nikki. Because the towel is gonna soak the oil vapors in it. So you need to put paper underneath, then towel. Ay. I just don't like the taste of sunflower oil anymore, man. Especially when it sits some time, it starts tasting very weird for me. It doesn't feel the same with olive oil, from what I've felt. Guys, this looks pretty good, but does it taste pretty good is the question. I don't think I can't even see where I've cut this thing, man. I can kind of see it, maybe. Ay. I think this looks good. I'm gonna have to taste it. This is the final thingy, boys. Boom. Let's see. Banitsa tasting. It's good, but there is just a small downside. The cheese is too strong, man. You never know. Like this specific Sirene came out to be a little bit too sour. Too raspy on the taste. So sometimes you get a different taste, you know? Sometimes it's more mild. Well, one thing that you keep in mind, back in the day, Sirene was even more sour, like in a similar way, when people were doing it at home. So I guess this is more normal for the original taste. Yeah, this is good, man. Yes, much better than first time. I would maybe I know what's the problem. I think the problem is I focus putting the mix a little bit too much in the center. I should have tried to put it a little bit more focused on the edges. I think that's the problem. I actually don't think it's a cheese problem. And this is specifically how my grandma makes it. And she learned it from a different grandma. So now I'm teaching you guys.